Hello world, Geriatric Geek here. How in the heck are ya? I hope you're doing great. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today is the 21st of November 2024. Beautiful day here in North Las Vegas. It got down in the 30s last night. So yeah, we got some fall weather here in Vegas. A beautiful time to come and visit, by the way. Anyway, hey, thanks for stopping by. I've got some pickups. That's right, some stuff that I picked up recently from Swap Meet, and some pretty good stuff, I think. Um, I paid no more than $3 for any one of these titles. I believe the sealed ones were all $3. The open ones were $2. So, uh, yeah, let me show you what we got. I'm gonna probably this is part three, I guess, because this all comes from, well, not all. Most of this comes from my buddy that has been coming through clutch for new movies at the swap meet. So shout out to him. Thank you so much for all your efforts to finding your boxes of stuff. So I appreciate you letting me look. Anyway, first one up is a Severin release of No One Heard the Scream. No One Heard the Scream. This is still factory sealed. It's 92 minutes long from 1973. This is a Spanish horror drama, and apparently about 60% of the people that watched it like it. 1 year after his international breakthrough with Cannibal Man, defiant Basque filmmaker Eloy de la Iglesia co-wrote and directed this twisted thriller, his last under Spain's repressive Franco regime, that instantly made him the father of Spanish giallo. When a woman spies her neighbor disposing of his wife's corpse, she will cross the line from witness to accomplice to something far more depraved. Um, this is a must for all European film fans, with a final twist that will resonate with you for a very long time. Now featuring an HD scan from the original negative. A controversial cult film, says Terror Universal. All right, well, there you go. I've never heard of this one. Glad to put it in my Severin collection. If you guys have seen or heard of any of these movies that I talk about today, please feel free to um, let me know what you thought of whichever we're looking at. Another Severin. So there was a bunch of Severin stuff. And I didn't pick it all up, but I picked up a few. This one's called The Other Hell. The Other Hell, still factory sealed. Not rated, 88 minutes from 1981. This is it. We went from Spanish to Italian horror. Genuinely, it says, genuinely unholy. Just watching it, you feel as though you're damned to an eternal hellfire. Okay, like a knife to the groin of mainstream cinema, says BrainEater.com. At the peak of his 80s excess, Italian sleaze maestro Bruno Mattei, using the alias Stefan Oblowski, stunned audiences with this nunsploitation shocker about a series of brutal murders in a depraved convent. And while his cinematic legacy may remain controversial, Mattei here delivers a surprisingly stylized, yet undeniably blasphemous orgy of stabbings, stigmata, Satanism, sexual violence, and graphic savagery that ranks among the very best. So we got it a newly transferred from a 35 millimeter print discovered behind a false wall in a Bologna nunnery. Yeah, I don't think so. But anyway, The Other Hell has an audio commentary and an interview with the actress, and To Hell and Back, an archive interview with co-director Bruno Mattei. Severin's The Other Hell. Oh. Third Severn. When America was young and spirits of evil reigned in a forest of darkness, the secret is sleeping in the trees. Eyes of Fire. Look at that. That's nice, huh? Eyes of Fire, R-rated, 86 minutes from 1984. It's an American folk horror, and I'm pretty sure I have this on VHS, a Vestron VHS, if I'm not mistaken. When I scanned it into my database, it came up that I already had this, and then I looked a little further, and it was on a VHS. I don't have my VHS here at the house, but yeah, Eyes of Fire. I don't remember watching it, so, nice to have it in the upgraded fashion here. Apparently this is thought-provoking and atmospheric. I like both of those aspects. Bizarrely fascinating, says the New York Times. In 1983, acclaimed photographer Avery Crounce made his debut as writer-director with what is considered to be the seminal American folk horror film. Misunderstood by audiences and mishandled by distributors, it has remained virtually unseen until now. On the 18th century frontier, an adulterous preacher and his followers flee to the Promised Land, only to enter a valley of lust, madness, pagan vengeance, and hallucinatory terror. This is an extraordinary horror fantasy, restored in 4K from the original negative, with more than 2.5 hours of special features that include the answer print of Crown's original cut, Crying Blue Sky. So apparently this was named Crying Blue Sky at one point. Eyes of Fire. We'll see. We shall see. Next up, a Vinegar Syndrome title called let's see, what's it say? 300 years ago, they burned her as a witch. Now she is back. The Devonsville Terror. The Devonsville Terror. Not rated, 82 minutes from 1983. This is supernatural horror. And it stars, one of the stars is Donald Pleasence, playing the doctor in this movie. He does a lot of doctor stuff, doesn't he? Love Donald Pleasence. Nearly 300 years ago, the residents of Devonsville tortured and murdered a trio of women suspected of witchcraft. However, as they burned, the condemned women swore vengeance from beyond the grave. The present. Jenny Scanton has just moved to Devonsville to take up a job as a school teacher. While some in the community welcome her more progressive-minded approach to education, the town's older menfolk, all descendants of those responsible for the centuries-old witch hunts, become increasingly suspicious that Jenny, along with 2 other liberal young women, are in fact agents of Satan, who have returned from hell to take revenge on behalf of the executed witches. As unexplainable events involving Jenny begin to occur, old superstitions and paranoia run amok, leading to an ever-increasing threat of violence. But is the long-feared curse in fact coming true? This is newly restored from 2K, in 2K from 35mm negative elements. There you go. Never heard of this one, other than knowing that Donald Pleasence is in it, and apparently does a great acting job. So let me know if you've seen the Devonsville Terror. I'm going to watch this one relatively soon. Can't wait to check that out. And my friend had some more Kino Lorbers. This one stars Bob Hope. Bob Hope, Paulette Goddard in The Cat and the Canary. Still factory sealed. The Cat and the Canary is black and white, 75 minutes long, not rated, 1939, a horror comedy. Um, Bob Hope. And he, right before this, apparently, he did Some Like It Hot also. The Cat and the Canary. Comedy legend Bob Hope is at his very best in this his hilarious comedy thriller, The Cat and the Canary. A decade after the death of an eccentric millionaire, his remaining relatives gather for the reading of the will at his abandoned mansion set deep in the Louisiana bayou. I love it when it's set in the bayous. Tension builds after his niece Joyce is named the sole inheritor, and it is revealed that one of the other relatives will get everything if the heiress goes insane within the next 30 days. The timid Wally, played by Hope, vows to protect Joyce, who must spend the night in the haunted mansion along with her jealous relatives, a creepy maid and a homicidal maniac who has just escaped from a nearby sanitarium. An equal mix of both frights and fun, this unforgettable classic has become the gold standard for the horror comedy genre. Okay, Kino Lorber and Universal release of The Cat and the Canary. Let me know. Have you seen it? Let me know. Next up, Robert Stevens, Robert Powell in Kino Lorber's studio classic of The Asix. The Asix. Nice little slippy cover there. The Asix. Of course, in Greek mythology, the Asix is basically a personal grim reaper. And I believe that's what this is based on. Blending elements of gothic horror with the more contemporary ingredients of steampunk, the Asix has emerged from obscurity to become a cult favorite of sci-fi fantasy genre. Utilizing an experimental photographic device, a scientist captures what appears to be the image of the Asix, the ancient Greek spirit of the dead. With the help of his adopted son, he conducts further experiments and conceives of a way to harness the Asix and thereby gain immortality. But as every visionary scientist should know, defying the laws of the natural and spiritual world unleashes dreadful consequences. Sumptuously shot by legendary lensman. Whoop. Sorry about that. My son called. Had to take the call. So, where did we go? Let's see. With the help of his adopted son, he conducts further experiments and conceives of a way to harness the Asix and thereby gain immortality. But as every visionary scientist should know, defying the laws of the natural and spiritual world unleashes dreadful consequences. Sumptuously shot by legendary lensman Freddie Young, this sole directorial effort from Peter Newbrook unfolds into one of the most unusual and haunting supernatural chillers of British cinema. This special edition also includes the extended 99-minute cut of the film. This reconstruction of the extended version blends HD footage mastered from the 35mm negative with SD footage mastered from a US release print. As a result, significant shifts in image quality will occur. It's from 1972. There's an 86-minute and a 99-minute on here. So yeah, The Asix. Not watched it? Can't wait to check it out. Kino Lorber, Studio Classics. And my final pickup, another Kino Lorber. This is one that I have heard of, but never watched. But I thought, what the heck, $3, brand new, factory sealed. Why not pick up Kirk Douglas in Paths of Glory? It's not rated, black and white, 88 minutes from 1957. It's a war drama. Of course, Kirk Douglas would later on do a movie called Spartacus, right after he did this one. This is directed by Stanley Kubrick, his second film. This was Stanley Kubrick's second film. And apparently it's an anti-war masterpiece. I've never watched it. If you have seen it, let me know what you thought. No motion picture has more effectively dramatized the absurdity of war than Paths of Glory from legendary filmmaker Stanley Kubrick. Safe in a picturesque chateau behind World War I front lines, the French general staff passes down a direct order to Colonel Dax, played by Kirk Douglas. Take the ant hill at any cost. A blatant suicide mission, the attack is doomed to failure. Covering up their fatal blunder, the generals order the arrest of 3 innocent soldiers, charging them with cowardice and mutiny. Dax, a lawyer in civilian life, rises to the men's defense, but soon realizes that, unless he can prove that the generals were to blame, nothing less than a miracle will save his clients from the firing squad. Stunningly shot by cinematographer George Krause. Yeah. Apparently this is a blistering anti-war masterpiece. There you go. Kirk Douglas, Paths of Glory. Let me know if you've seen this and what you thought. There's the back. MGM Kino Lorber. So there you go, guys. That's everything that I'm going to show in this video. I've got a couple more. I'm going crazy buying these Kinos, so if you can't tell, and all these independent horrors. So enjoying the heck out of them. Glad to have them, put them into my Kino Lorber collection, and Severin and Vinegar Syndrome. So anyway, if you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. That's right, like, subscribe. It costs you nothing, and there are advantages. And hit that notification bell so that you know when I put up another video. If you come around Sunday, you guys that like giveaways, I promise you it's going to be a good one. I promise you. So anyway, thanks for watching. You guys have a great day out there. Keep smiling. Keep having fun. Keep that positive attitude about you. And until the next time,